Welcome everybody to the market update. Ben Relo. This is coming up on Thanksgiving 2025. We're reporting on the real estate market activity, and it's been absolutely interesting, just interesting since 2020 saga. And here we're going to start with, to give you a set the scene for national transactions, are the lowest turnover rate we've seen in decades. People are just stuck. The average first-time home buyer is 40 years old. People are dating the rate, for years on end, and it's just a fantastically interesting dynamic as we watch unfold into 2026. To set the stage on the national levels here, so even though we're in a frozen market, there are a bunch of signs that things are thawing. The median mortgage payment is coming down every month, and that's due to interest rates coming down. We are going to see the wages index is actually been increasing. You can get an entry-level job at fast food restaurants in the $18 to $20 an hour range. Wages have increased. The demand for labor is high still, and so we are seeing, thankfully, wages keep up. It's not as much as needed to keep up with inflation, but still they are increasing. And boom, there you can see it, guys. This is since the beginning of the year. This is the trend. Trend is your friend. This is setting the stage for a nice 2026 if it can continue. We've got some signals that say it will continue due to the new Federal Reserve chairman being appointed in the spring, likely going to be a dovish appointee, which means they're going to be trying to bring rates down. Okay, but in addition to trying to bring rates down, we have people are getting used to the new normal, and this is the percent of people with rates above 6%. This is on a 10-year high, meaning that they stayed frozen, but they're unfreezing and saying, hey, I still want to do what I want to do. I'm just going to have to pay a higher interest rate for it. This is the big thing that'll help sellers and buyers alike. There's been always a lot of people who would like to transact, but have not been able to for one reason or another. The home sales are expected to go up almost 10% next year, which is going to help a lot of these sellers who have not been able to sell. We are hoping to see this start to unthaw. Inventory continues to grow nationwide. This is the pre-pandemic levels. We'd have 1.2 million homes for sale pretty regularly, and that's really helpful for buyers to choose from. So here we are, we got 1.1. This is nice. If you're a buyer, it's a lot nicer environment to shop in than it was back here when you had to basically buy whatever was the only one house that would be on the market in your category. Okay, we're going to zoom in on the Beacon report. This is for closed homes in Bend, Oregon for October. Look at this huge days on market jump. Inventory is back down 3.5. We're going to get into the zoomed in version of these charts here. And then MLS data. This is active homes for sale, not sold. 650 of them active. This number is down. Why? Because people are canceling their listings going into the holiday season, as well as some are transacting. Over half of the listings have changed their price. 6.5% is the average number. As for the actives, guys, 90 median days on market. It used to be if you were 90 days on market, you were just so stale, something was wrong with your listing. Now this is just the average. Everybody's got huge days on market right now, and this is going to probably stay this way going through the holidays. Median price per square foot, just love to highlight this. Look how stable we are, right on the kind of bottom end of this range. 355 is where we were 3 years ago, and here we're at 364. So it's like, give or take, you're at a break even, depending on if you overpaid or underpaid for the house if you bought it in this window. This is hovering around a break even minus realtor fees. So it's not real estate. It's not something you want to be transacting every year or two. It's something you want to hold on to 5, 7, 8, 10 years to gain the benefit from it. Number of sales, 162. Now we look back to October of last year, we're at 143. So generally 25 was much better than 24. See the total closings during busy season. This is starting to unthaw. It's still not like where we were in the 2s and 3s, 100 homes per month transacting, but it is starting to creep back. We will look to see the seasonal number come down as usual, and then can't wait to see what happens in January. March turns back on historically and goes into January, February, March, April, May, June. Days on market. Look at this number, 66. Everybody, that's the highest we've seen, and I love it because it tells me that sellers are sticking it out, but then they're finally getting real and saying, look, I do want to transact. After 66 days on the market, they are finding their buyer, and usually that's involving a price adjustment, folks. We're going to dig into the numbers on how big of price adjustments we're seeing on the closed homes. And I'll give you a hint. It depends how many days on market you are. The more days on market you are, the more of a discount you're going to have to cut from. And this is the zoomed in, very interesting. This is fall. Pick the closed homes in Bend from September 1st to today, and just to analyze them, what's going on. The ones that are closing in 0 to 30 days, it's a lot of them. 35% of the homes that are closing in that first 30 days. Those are the winners. Those are the people at the dance who are dancing. You're having a great time. You ask those sellers, like, how's the real estate market? They're like, real estate market's great. Well, the reason it's great is because they strategically priced it and marketed it with their agent. They cleaned up all the trim, paint, put away all the stuff on the kitchen counter. They're doing every single thing that's required to be considered one of these winner properties. Now, as you can see, you go to 31 to 60 days before they went sold, and it's less. The sale price to the original list price is 5% under the original list price. If you're selling in the first 30 days, you're almost getting 99+% of your list price. If you're selling in the second 30 days, you're getting 5% discount on your listed price. And if it's the third month that you're selling, you're getting closer to 10% off what you were asking originally. And as you can see, it goes down and down every month that you languish there. So key is really to pick a number in the beginning that's not aspirational, picking a number that makes the buyers think, wow, this is a great property, great deal. I want to jump on it. That's definitely an art form and a science, and it depends on the seller's motivation level as well as the comparables and the competition in your neighborhood. So it's important to consult with your agent to dig in deep on these data points, whether you're a buyer assessing a property you want to buy or whether you're a seller strategizing your listing. This is kind of the gold rule. And these are for all the homes in Bend. So if you're in a specific category, you'll want to dig even deeper into this with your agent. Bottom line here, everybody, rates are on the 1-year low. It's pent-up demand. We're entering a prime buying season. Every fall, every holiday season, we usually have a couple clients who get the deal of the year. It doesn't work for everyone because now is not the time when everybody wants to be shopping, but if it's right for your family, now is a great time to get a deal. Sellers are selling with concessions or they're pulling the list. Consult with an agent who's doing business in your category to really dive in to figure out what's going on. The best time to buy or sell is whatever's right for your family. There's no right or wrong time. The time is whenever you're ready and you want to move. Homes are still selling here in the middle of November 2025 with only 3.5 months inventory. Right now is a great time to bring a new listing. There's tons of stale listings on the market, but there's not a ton of new ones. So if you could be that fresh face, homes are selling still this time of year. So the government shutdown has ended. We have a 50-year mortgage talk, which is going to help affordability. We've got portable mortgages where you take your 3% rate and you just get a different house, sign that same loan to it. We have a new Federal Reserve chairman being appointed this spring. So there's lots of positive things on the horizon for the real estate market, meaning we expect things to pick up next year. And if the time is right for your family, now is a really good time to be making your plans and your strategies with your real estate advisor. So if you or anybody you know is having something you want to consult on, want to set some goals, we'd be happy to consult with you.